Hello Dragons, and welcome to the April edition of Inside the Dragons. In this edition, you're going to see the Disability Awareness Workshop that was brought to Stadium Elementary, where our students and our high school students together got to learn a little bit about others. Also, animals and critters have been coming across the Lake Orion School District. Check it out, it's pretty neat. Pine Tree Center, they celebrate the inclusivity with the Acceptance is Awesome Field Day, and we have some great footage about that. And then lastly, we had a number of students, a couple of high school students, as well as Carpenter students that participated in the NFL draft. So it wasn't just for big for Detroit, but it was big for some of our Dragons as well.
When the fourth graders at Stadium Drive Elementary arrived at school on April 19th, they entered into a unique experience. The STEM lab and gym were filled with displays and stations providing information on disabilities and the various situations that impact the daily lives of others in their community and beyond. The Disability Awareness Workshop was brought to Stadium Drive by Principal Gretchen Hines and organized and guided by Stadium Drive parent Melissa Parento.
We are so excited. This is our first year that we are bringing the Disability Awareness Workshop, and we have several stations that students will be able to experience what it's like to walk in the shoes of a person with a disability. There is visual impairments, there is hearing, there is also gross motor. We have wheelchair obstacle course they get to experience. We have also areas where they get to interact and experience what it really is like with someone with a disability, such as using a white cane and having blindfolds on.
The program began years ago in the Rochester Community Schools and is a traveling exhibit with all the displays and interactive exhibits to different schools as a setup. This is the first opportunity for a school in Lake Orion to experience the lessons. While many of the stations were run by Stadium parent volunteers, Ms. Barnes is exploring special education in today's schools class for future teachers.
But they spend time learning about disabilities and working with some of the students in the high school that have disabilities on a daily basis. So when Ms. Hines reached out and asked if we wanted to assist with the disability awareness workshop here at Stadium, we were super excited to be able to help the younger kids understand about the disabilities, as well as there's a lot of learning my kids are getting out of this additionally as well. So learning more about disabilities in the workshops that they're helping to run, but then also getting the experience to be able to work with the younger kids, for those of ours that might want to work with children in their future careers.
Disabilities, mostly walking with canes, rolling in wheelchairs type of thing. Yeah, I'm learning a lot. Last time I only got to put a blindfold on and use the cane. This time I got more stuff to use. Yeah, I could understand better. Yeah. I didn't really learn about ESETs until I was about 17, 18.
The eye-opening experience allowed the stadium students to see a side of life that is not often in their daily exposure, and allowing them to have more compassion and interaction with other students moving forward. The students throughout Lake Orion Community Schools live with a variety of learning opportunities throughout the school year, some in textbooks and some in real life. In early April, Scripps Middle School science classes enjoyed the up-close and personal look at reptiles, snakes, and the furry animals during the Visit from Science Alive. At Carpenter Elementary, the developmental kindergarten students learned about foxes and deer in the woods from the Oakland County Parks Department.
Excellent job. So foxes are very closely related to our dogs that live in our houses with us. So if we look at their skull, we look at their teeth mostly. If an animal has sharp teeth, what do you think they like to have for a snack? Meat, right? They don't want to eat lettuce and salad, do they? No, they want to eat meat.
Carnivores.
They are the carnivores.
They want to eat us.
I'm going to take this around and show them, and I'll bring around the
They
fur.
could not eat a T-Rex.
And foxes have some of the softest fur in the whole animal kingdom. So Miss Sarah is going to bring around the skull for you to look at, and I'm going to bring around this fox fur, and you can feel just how soft it is.
Did you kill that fox?
No. So at the
At Orion Oaks Elementary, the classes cycled through the gym all day to experience the visit from the Reptarium, a group that brought turtles, snakes, and various critters for the students to get up close and personal with. Often in Lake Orion, the education is interactive. Throughout April, schools and the general community embrace autism acceptance. It's a month to allow the general community to learn about autism and the challenges it presents for many in our community. To celebrate the unique aspects of the LOCS students at the Pine Tree Center, which brings students from across Oakland County for the autism program each day, Pine Tree held a field day. The Pine Tree Center's Acceptance is Awesome Field Day provided many areas for the students to celebrate. Students play outdoor games with each other, with cornhole and giant Jenga and building blocks. They participated in activities to keep them active and use their sensory skills. The students and staff shared popsicles in the nice weather. And they embraced the favorite part of the event, creating and floating giant bubbles into the air. It was a special day to celebrate a special month at Pine Tree Center. The growth of Detroit as a city in recent years has become a national story, drawing visitors to observe the renewed vitality downtown. That was reinforced in late April as Detroit hosted the NFL Draft for the first time. The 3-day event featured a number of Lake Orion Community Schools students helping celebrate the moment. On day 1 of the draft, 2 Lake Orion High School football players, Caden DeGraffenried and Billy Robertson, assisted with the ceremonies.
Yeah, it was very exciting because I don't know about him, but I've never been to the draft before, so it was a different experience, and it's somewhere I want to be back at again, but as a player.
Mm-hmm. We're sitting over by, far in the front in a corner, just seems like we're by a bunch of important, we're walking past all these important looking people, and it's like, wow, this is crazy.
DeGraffenried went first with his role as a hat handler for the players being selected. And when Marvin Harrison Jr. was picked, he put on his hat for the first time, and DeGraffenried was caught on camera with him backstage.
So they took us to this private area backstage, like a couple feet away from where the draft picks were, and we kind of chilled there. They told us what we would do. We got to pick up the hat. We got to pick the person we were going to get a hat to, and it was pretty cool. We got to sit by the mirror where the draft picks was coming out to and got to dap them up. It was a great experience. They gave us the option on who gets to pick, which pick, because you obviously know who's going to go where because of the mock draft and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, pick 4, we knew it was going to be the Cardinals. Cardinals needed a receiver, Marvin Harrison. So, yeah, that's how that whole thing went. He's happy. He's he's dapping up the first person he sees. He's just, it's not seeming real to him, but he's actually he was a great person and all dapped us up and was excited about his day. I feel like he was so starstruck and in the moment to really over acknowledge it, but he acknowledged us. He was a great person.
For Robertson, there was a lot of waiting to go out on stage with 4 other high school football players, 1 traditional football player, and 3 girls flag football players, and Commissioner Roger Goodell for the Lions' first selection. A lot of waiting until the plans accelerated when the Lions traded up from the 29th pick to the 24th pick, and they raced backstage, and then they were quickly on the stage in front of the masses.
The Lions were supposed to be the 29th pick.
Right.
We were supposed to go back there after the 24th pick to prepare, right?
Right.
So it gets to the 24th pick. I stand up. I'm ready. It's okay, guys, we're about to go up there. Suddenly, everybody starts cheering, and I'm I'm looking around. I'm like, what's going on? And all of a sudden, everything changes to blue, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's the Lions. We gotta go. So I'm running back there like everybody else is running with me. Like the personnel's like, come on guys, we gotta go. I'm trying to put on my backstage pass. Somebody's trying to rip it off of me as I'm trying to put it on. We get back there to like we cut through. We didn't get to go through like the waiting room or the long hallway and all that. We just
because you didn't have the time.
Right.
Okay.
We just ran straight back into like the media crew. We're sitting back there like getting prepared, getting ready. People are looking at their cards. The girl who announced the drive was looking at what she was gonna say. It really wasn't even that hard to look into the crowd. Like, I tried to make sure I did as much as possible. And it was just, like, it wasn't overwhelming in any way. It was just more so, like, the aura of it all.
On day 2, a group of Carpenter Elementary students got their own draft experience. With their flag football tournament scheduled for Saturday in Detroit, they were invited to the Friday night festivities to meet some of the NFL legends and take the stage with them at the start of the draft. The younger players were able to enjoy some of the backstage experience and meet celebrities as they wandered around the draft area. For such a unique Detroit experience, the Dragons were well represented, and the students received some lifelong memories.
My phone, immediately after I dapped Marvin Harrison Jr., my phone started blowing up. People were ringing, and it was just like, it didn't feel real. It didn't feel real at all.
Thank you for watching, and go Dragons!
Inside the Dragons is produced by the Lake Orion Community Schools in partnership with Orion Neighborhood Television. For up-to-date news and information about the Lake Orion Schools, visit our website at lakeorionschools.org and watch us on Comcast Educational Access Channel 22 and AT&T UVerse Channel 99.